Anthropic just told one point: 2 million people to stop building agents, build skills instead. Barry Zhang and Mahesh Murag, the people who created Claude Skills at Anthropic, explained exactly why and exactly how. This changes the entire paradigm. Here's the complete breakdown. The first revelation: code is all you need. Anthropic used to think every domain would need its own specialized agent with custom tools and scaffolding. A separate agent for finance, another for research, another for operations. They were wrong. After building Claude Code, they realized it's actually a general purpose agent. Think about generating a financial report. The model calls APIs to pull data through code, organizes it in the file system, analyzes it with Python, and synthesizes insights into a document, all through code. The core scaffolding can be as thin as Bash and a file system. One agent, infinite domains. But this creates a new problem. The problem is domain expertise. Barry uses a perfect analogy. Who do you want doing your taxes? Mahesh, the 300 IQ mathematical genius who could figure out the tax code from first principles. Or Barry, an experienced tax professional who has done this thousands of times. You pick Barry every time. You don't want genius figuring it out from scratch. You want consistent execution from a domain expert. Today's agents are like Mahesh, brilliant but lacking expertise. They can do amazing things with enough guidance, but they're missing critical context upfront. They can't absorb your expertise well, and they don't learn over time. That's the gap skills fill. So, what are skills? Organized collections of files that package composable procedural knowledge. In simpler terms, they're folders. This simplicity is deliberate. Anyone, human or agent, can create and use them. They work with what you already have. Version them in Git. Put them in Google Drive. Zip them and share with your team. Inside a skill, you can include markdown instructions, scripts that act as tools, assets, configuration, even executables. The key design principle is progressive disclosure. At runtime, only the metadata is shown to the model, just enough to know the skill exists. When the agent needs it for a task, it reads the full instructions. This means you can equip an agent with hundreds of skills without bloating the context window. Three types of skills are emerging. Foundational skills give agents entirely new capabilities. Anthropic built document skills, so Claude can create professional office documents. Cadence built scientific research skills for EHR data analysis and bioinformatics. Third party skills help Claude work better with specific products. Browser Base built a skill for their browser automation tool, Stagehand. Notion built skills, so Claude understands your workspace. And the biggest traction: enterprise skills. Fortune 100 companies using skills to teach agents their organizational best practices, their bespoke internal software, their code style guidelines. Developer productivity teams, serving tens of thousands of engineers, are deploying skills to standardize how their developers work with Claude. And here's what surprised Anthropic the most: non technical people are building skills. Finance, recruiting, accounting, legal. People who don't code are extending Claude for their daily work. Skills made agents accessible beyond engineering. The emerging architecture is converging on four layers. Layer 1, the agent loop that manages context and tokens. Layer 2, a runtime environment with a file system and code execution. Layer 3, MCP servers providing tools and data from the outside world. Layer 4, a library of hundreds or thousands of skills that the agent pulls into context only when needed. MCP provides connection. Skills provide expertise. Together, they make a general agent effective in any domain. Anthropic is already using this pattern to deploy Claude to new verticals. Financial services and life sciences both launched with specific MCP servers and skill sets that immediately make Claude effective for professionals in those fields. One agent, different skills. Instant vertical deployment. Where skills are heading is the most exciting part. First, skills will be treated like software. Testing, evaluation, versioning, dependency management. A skill that evolves should have clear lineage and version history. Skills will explicitly depend on other skills, MCP servers, and packages in the agent's environment. Second, agents will write their own skills. This is the continuous learning vision. When you work with Claude and give it feedback, Claude can save that knowledge as a skill for its future self. Anything Claude writes down can be used efficiently by a future version of itself. Claude, on day 30 of working with you, will be dramatically better than Claude on day 1. And third, the computing analogy. Models are like processors, massive investment, immense potential, but limited alone. Agent runtimes are like operating systems, orchestrating resources around the processor. Skills are like applications. A few companies build processors and operating systems, but millions of developers build applications. Skills open up that application layer for everyone. Stop rebuilding agents. Start building skills. Full credit to Barry Zhang and Mahesh Murag at Anthropic. Link to the full talk in the description. 1.2 million views for a reason. Comment skills, and I'll send you the complete guide. How to build your first skill, the emerging architecture diagram, and examples from every category. All three guides in the description. Subscribe for more.